Time for the School Spotlight, brought to you by the Goodland Regional Medical Center. And boy, we have a lot of things going on. School, the first week, not the first full week, but I think the first part of the week has been going. And we have Emmett Rudolph, North Elementary. Good morning and welcome, Mr. Principal.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
Well, how are things going so far?
So far, so good. Like I mentioned to you earlier, it's great to have the kids back and just completing our first full week here, at the end. But again, great to be back in session with the kids and the staff, and lots of new faces at my building with teachers. But again, just that feeling of having those kids back in the classrooms is always great. So just great to be back.
Sure. And the summer that you had, give us a little recap of what a principal does on the off months. Shall we say off months?
I
really
still
never
work.
Off. You're never off.
Yeah, we still had some meetings throughout the summer and preparing some things for the school. I did get to spend a little time with my family, which is always great. But you're still thinking about school. So, but anytime you get a little downtime, didn't really do a whole lot other than stay here in Goodland. Like I said, spend some time with my family, which is great, and just sent a couple kiddos back to college, and so wish them the best, obviously. But you prepare, have some meetings with the administration team, and go check on the school here and there. But I spent a little bit of time up. I tell you what, the butterfly garden up at North Elementary School is amazing. I can't take any credit for that. I observed some of the ladies, Karen Nelson and then Jennifer Sanderson, spent a lot of time. We had a couple interns, Hannah Decken and Lauren Keir, spent some time up there with the kids, but they did a great job. And if you haven't had a chance to go back there and see that butterfly garden, absolutely amazing. It's beautiful. So they've done a great job. But I stopped in once in a while and looked at it, and so I can't take any credit. But so I spent a little bit of time up there at the garden at North, but just did take a little bit of time off, but it was fun.
Good. Well, that gives you a little refreshing time, too. The kids, when did you start school, and what's the first thing, like the first day of school, like?
We started, I guess it was last Thursday, so on the 18th, I believe it was, with kids. The staff started on that Monday, but first couple of days, we really focused on building relationships with the kids. I really told the staff, we didn't, you don't want to get into reading, writing, and all the curriculum stuff the first couple of days. I built some relationships with the kids, get to know them, team building things. So, I go back to those students don't care what you know until they know you care. So, and that's very important those first couple of days to build relationships. So, and then this week we get focused a little bit more on maybe, hitting the books a little bit. But even then, it's really important we learn about, get to know your kids, learn their names, learn some of those hobbies and things they really like to do. So that's the first couple of days of school. And this week, like I said, we're hitting the ground running.
Do you think the kids learn more when they think the teacher is, or when they know the teacher's excited about teaching them something and saying, and once we get done with history, we'll do some new math. We've got new stuff coming up.
Yeah, I believe they really, they learn more once they know that they're safe. This teacher really cares about them. Obviously, if you just come in that first day and you start throwing math and some math tests and quizzes and things like that, that's tough for those kids, especially new students. That come to your building, move to town, or we have those third graders that come into a new building. Although it looks a lot like West, it's a little bit different. And they're the little kids, and we got some of those big sixth graders in there, and we have new staff, so just building that culture and that climate in our building is really important.
You said safety. That word jumped out at me. Do you have shooter drills at school now? Do you still have those?
Well, we call them crisis drills.
Drills.
We do talk about some of those, and we visit about what some of those situations and scenarios would be. All three buildings, we do that. So we talk about crisis situations. And they could be anywhere from an active shooter. They could be from an intruder. It could be, there's a wild dog outside, anything. It could be a gas leak. So, we talk about all kind of different situations. And we're mandatory to have 3 of those per year. But we do have discussions. We bring our resource deputy like Malad in, and he talks to our staff about some of those things too. So, And then I know our sheriffs and police department work together with our highway patrol. They come in and they do some active drills too when we're not in the building. So, as a community, we do prepare for that. We don't ever want to see anything like that, but we do have those discussions and prepare, and we do visit with our students about what some scenarios and situations would be.
Same thing with fire drills, I suppose.
Yeah, we do a fire drill every 9 weeks. And so we do practice those and know where to go. And then we also do a tornado drill in September and one in March. So we make sure we have to cover all those and document, but we have everything. We have those tornado and fire drills placed in our classrooms, and the teachers and kids all know where to go and what to do. So, you hope you never have to utilize those things, but we do practice those and discuss those with the students and the staff.
Oh, good. That was, and years ago, some students had the civil defense drills.
Yeah, we obviously we don't have those now, but so we do cover those. And of course, when you talk about safety, one thing I have on my list is drop off and pick up in the morning. A shout out to the parents. I know I put that out on our social media stuff, but parents have done a great job. I know sometimes it's a little bit of a pain to have to come through the drop-off line, but we definitely don't want any kids to get hurt getting dropped off and running between cars or across the streets. But if we could really use that drop-off, I know we put the cones out, and if they come on 4th Street from the east going to the west, they use that drop-off zone. We appreciate it. I'm out there in the mornings trying to direct traffic. I said I feel like a traffic cop, but they've done a great job of using that drop-off zone, and we really, really appreciate that. And then in the afternoons, our pickup, we've stuck to when we had COVID, we went to kind of a separate thing. So we break out instead of everybody running out the front doors, we separated out to where our 3rd graders get picked up on the west side on Walnut. Our 4th graders go off out the back, the north side. They get picked up on 2nd Street, and our 5th graders get picked up on the east side on Arcade, and the 6th grade go out the front on 4th Street. And if they have an older sibling, they can go with that older sibling. And I know sometimes that's a little frustrating for parents, but we appreciate it because it thins out where the kids get picked up, and it really is a safety concern when we have a bunch of kids running between cars. So we again, parents have done a great job. Kids adapt very easily. Most of the time it's parents sometimes get frustrated or where to go, but we appreciate it. It's been very helpful. And we really, it's more about kids and the safety. So we appreciate parents helping out.
Do you have big signs posted, 3rd, 4th?
We don't. We put it out on social media. We kind of drew a map, and I've emailed and sent those things. And
well, they know it by
parents.
now.
So most of them do. But even then, we if a kid goes to the wrong spot, it's still okay. It does thin it out. So again, shout out to the parents and the kiddos. They've done a great job of helping us with that.
Hey, hats off to bus drivers too.
You know what? We couldn't do it without them. They do a great job getting our kids to and from school. When you say not only bus drivers, our cooks, custodians, they do a great job feeding the kids, cleaning the schools. We couldn't do it without all those very important people to help keep things going.
How would you like to be the lunchroom person in charge of the food and planning the meals, and then trying to get everything in so you can have that meal?
Yeah, and again, done a great job. We still getting them breakfast and lunch, and they're doing a great job of keeping that going. And as I look at my list, one thing, when COVID hit, we couldn't do. Our elementary parents especially, they can eat with their kiddos. We've had a few coming in and eat. They just need to call the office before 9 a.m. So we can get the count to the kitchen, but they're welcome to come eat with their student. They just need to let us know. So we've had a few parents doing that, but I know when COVID hit, we that was a big thing we didn't allow, but we're allowing parents to do that again, so that's awesome. We've had a few parents come in. We've had some grandparents come in, so it's great to be able to do that again. So
Grandma and Grandpa.
Yeah, we've had a couple grandparents. So again, we're welcome to have people come eat with their kids, and like I said, just let the school know before 9 o'clock. Call the office. But yeah, again, shout out to the cooks. They're doing a great job.
And you're talking just morning or just noon?
The lunch meal. Yeah.
Lunch, okay.
Yeah, we've let them come in and eat lunch. Our morning breakfasts, we call it grab and go. So right now the kids come in for breakfast. They grab their breakfast in the breakfast line, and they go to their classrooms and actually eat. So we just get things running. We don't actually eat in the cafeteria area
okay.
for breakfast, only at lunch.
Do you have a lot of kids that eat breakfast?
Not as many this year. I know in the past couple years, breakfast and lunch, it was all free due to a federal program, but now it went back to the free and reduced, or you have to pay for that. So it's reduced it a little bit, but we still have a pretty good group that does eat breakfast.
During the kids' enrollment and everything, how did that go over with parents having to pay for this now?
I'm not sure how that went. I guess I didn't really ask to see, but like I said, we still have a decent number that eats breakfast. So, I'm not sure if mom and dad know some of those kiddos are eating, if they're going to have a big bill when it comes to breakfast. But, and the kids still are hungry, and they want to eat and need to eat. So, I think they've made a good adjustment. So,
is there a school group that has after-school snacks or teaching or like a little after-school work or anything?
Well, we just have my paper here. Actually, we have the after-school program that K through 6th grade that will start up actually this Monday, the 29th. So if any parents are interested for having their kiddos go to after-school program, and that's, like you said, kindergarten through 6th grade, they can call either one of the offices, west or north. They have the information on that. Brooke Heater is the director in charge of that. So, again, it starts on Monday. I believe it's $25 a semester for a single. If you have more than one kiddo in that, and again, at either building, it would be $40 a semester for the family, $50 for an individual for the year, and $80 for a family. And then again, that's really a pretty good deal. It's basically after school till for a couple hours. So like at North, it's till 5:10. At West, it's till 5:15. So basically, when one school's out, 2 hours. They do several activities. Different things are planned. I know last year they did some things with art. They went to the art center. I think there's some things in the planning there possibly again. I know they have some kites they can fly. They've got all kinds of activities. They're talking about field trips maybe to the museum. Fun things going on, and they help kids with tutoring and some homework, and there is snacks. So lots of fun things at the after-school program. It's Monday through Thursday, so it's 4 days a week. Again, there's a few days off, holidays and things like that. There's parent-teacher conference nights. They don't obviously have that because our teachers are busy with parent-teacher conferences. So, but again, it starts Monday the 29th.
I like that, an after-school program, $25 per semester. Very good. We're going to take a short break. With us today is the Goodland superintendent, or Goodland school principal at North Elementary, Emmett Rudolph, here on the Goodland Regional Medical Center School Spotlight.
At Goodland Regional Medical Center, we are proud that our county-owned, community-led facility allows us the opportunity to be responsive, innovative, and to provide personalized care for all our patients. Our combination of full-time staff and visiting specialists provides for a robust list of healthcare services without the drive to larger communities. Our vision is working together to provide exceptional healthcare for you and your family. For more information, visit goodlandregional.com.
Yes, indeed. Our school spotlight brought to you by the Goodland Regional Medical Center. Thank you so much. Emmett Rudolph, Goodland principal at North Elementary. We haven't talked about new teachers yet. Let's hear about the new teachers in.
This may take a long time for me, but we had a few transfer up to the junior senior high, but in our 3rd grade we have Mrs. Wright, Bethany Wright, who filled. We had one transfer and one move, so. And right now we only have 3 3rd grade teachers, so we're down 1 from last year. So we obviously would love to have 4, but that didn't work out. But yeah, Mrs. Wright. In 4th grade, same thing. We went from 4 down to 3 teachers. We just didn't have enough applicants. But one of our new teachers in 4th grade, I guess we didn't get a new teacher. We just lost the one. So great group there. 5th grade, Mrs. Eyrig transferred to technology as Mrs. Eyrig or Mrs. Zweigert went up. So our new 5th grade teacher, which we have 4 in that section, is Miss Miller. She joins us from, she originally came from the McCook area. So we're glad that she's there. And then 6th grade is where the biggest change was. We Had 3 teachers there last year. One of our teachers got sick, so we brought Mr. Tedford out of retirement, which amazing teacher. And obviously he wasn't there. And then we lost Mr. Dahl to the junior senior high. He transferred up, so we were down to 1. We were lucky and filled that in with 3 teachers. We have Kelsey Tilton, who comes from the Scott City area, and then we have Jessica King, who came from Washington State, and then Kim Dempey-Wolf, who actually came from the service center or the early childhood center. So we have 3 new teachers there, one at the 5th grade and one at 3rd grade. So great group of ladies joining us. Super excited about what they bring and offer for our kids. They've done a great job so far this year when I've stopped in to see them. So the kids are excited about them. I know our staff is excited to have them. And I know you walk around our building now. I think the longest tenured teacher we talked as far as number of years in my building has been there is 11 years. So 11. So they're all pretty new. I'm pretty excited about it, but great group of teachers to have in the building, and looking forward to a great year with them.
Some of the new teachers, is this their first teaching position?
Yes. So Mrs. Wright in the 3rd grade and Miss Miller in the 5th grade. Their first years of teaching. Miss Tilton and I think Miss Tilton is her 2nd year. She was special ed, came from Colorado. And the other 2 6th grade teachers, Miss King and Miss Dempey-Wolf, have had some experience, just not at that grade level. So, but yeah, we got a great staff to support them. When I say veteran teachers of 10 and 11 years, that's not a lot of years, but then the staff I've had there for 10 and 11 years have done a great job,
Sure.
and they're great mentors for them.
What about housing? Did they have issues trying to find a house or place?
I didn't hear any any one of them say anything major about that, but and our community has been great. Just when I say my staff has been great, our community also has been great welcoming them in. So hopefully they're here to stay, and hopefully I'm here in 10 or 11 more years talking about them being here 10 and 20 years, So,
Sure.
Like I said, great group. So hopefully they're here for a while and we can have a great success there.
I know Colby's going to town, and it's got many new homes being constructed. I mean, many, not 1 or 2, but many. So that's good. Good for you, Colby. And there, who knows, be some in the Goodland area, maybe your community. So best of luck. It takes a while to get all those going. They're not built overnight.
Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, we're excited to have them, and hopefully that, like I said, I've seen a lot of great things from not only the new staff, but our veteran teachers, and then hopefully, like I said, setting us up for a great year and a great future to come.
Okay, about 10 minutes left in our program. Goodland Regional Medical Center School Spotlight. How about the enrollment numbers at North Elementary, Principal Rudolph?
Well, we weren't sure at first, and this week we got two more new kids, so our numbers are starting to come back up. So I think we're at 260 right now. We started off, I believe, in the low 250s. I think originally I was worried because we lost about 10 kids, but I think we gained about 20. So it offset. So we're still climbing. So that's a good thing. But our 3rd grade, we have about, I think 67 was the last count that we had. 4th grade, we're at 59. 5th grade, we're 75. And 6th grade, we have 59. So 4th and 5th grade are smallest 2 classes. And that 5th grade, what a great class, 75. So, if we could get them all to be about 75, that would be awesome to get those numbers back up there. So we seem to be, like I said, we've had several, just when I say that, just last week just got 2 more kiddos. And I know, they had 2 siblings, I think, at the junior senior high. So I think we've been pleased with getting a few kids added to our rosters in the last few days. So if we can keep that going, that's a great thing.
Yeah, it really is. Does North Elementary have a school mascot or anything? I know we're all cowboys and cowgirls throughout the whole district, but do you have anything special at North?
I think we just go by the cowboys and cowgirls ourselves. So, I don't think that's ever, I guess since I've been here, my 8 years, we've just kind of went with the cowboys and cowgirls and try to support our bigs up at the junior, senior high school. So, but that's exciting. Our little kids look up to those big kids. And when you say that, we're excited to to get those High Five Fridays started again. And I know the colleges reached out to us.
Yeah,
and,
tell us about that.
yeah, so our High Five Fridays, the high school kids and college kids will come down on Fridays, and sometimes we can't. We have to do it maybe on a Tuesday because we have so many groups that want to do that. But every day I'm always out there greeting the kids and playing music. But on Fridays it's kind of special because they make 2 lines and they're high-fiving the kids. It could be the athletic teams, usually is what, men's and women's basketball teams. We've had the softball teams from the college, and then of course our football, basketball, volleyball teams have come down from the high school, wrestling teams, any groups that come down. It just, the atmosphere is even more exciting. They come down, high five the kids, hoot and holler a little bit, and the kids run through the line. It's great, because like I said, our littles look up to those big kids. So any opportunity we have to bring our big kids from the junior, senior high down, we've talked with I talked with Mr. Hollern, new high school principal, about, hey, we need to work together to get those big kids down here to do some things, whether it's recess, PE, read a book, do something with our kids. That we need to do that because that just has them building that relationship because they do look up to them in sports and other areas. So the more we can do of that, the better. And High Five Fridays is a great way to do that.
I could remember, I think, being in the younger grades of school, growing up in elementary school, that I know some people in high school. That was a big event.
I tell you, and I look back to pre-COVID when we had some of those football players would come down. They'd even eat lunch and then go to recess. Those little kids they went crazy. They loved that. So, now that hopefully we can get some of that back. Now that things have kind of opened back up, we've had some discussions about that. But I know it's not the actual Big Brothers Big Sisters program, but if we could get something like that just with our schools, and even my kids going down to the West Elementary as bigs to those littles would be great. So, hopefully we can get some more of that. Building relationships within our school district is a great thing for our kids to have.
And when the kids are happy and excited, it's easier to learn.
Absolutely. If you can make them have fun and they don't even realize they're learning, that's what we got to do. If we can make school fun, which I think school is fun for our kids, but if you can, I guess, trick them into thinking, hey, this is fun and I'm actually learning, and they don't know that, that's the best part when they're learning, they're having fun, and they can do that every day, and they get out of those cars and run into the building. That's what you like seeing. So, I think, we do a great job here in Goodland at all levels, and I think the more we can continue to do that and work on new ways to do that, I think that you'll see us be even more successful.
What about curriculum changes from last year? Have you had any updates, any new books or new programs coming out for students at North Elementary?
We haven't had any major changes. I think we've tweaked a few things, I should say, but we've had some. We still have our journeys reading, and our math curriculum stayed the same. We part of our reading we have. Like I said, Pathways is a way in Fast Bridge training. We've had some teachers. We trained on that 2 summers ago. We did another kind of refresher training, and we had some other teachers train in that. But as far as adding anything new, huge changes, nothing. We're kind of, as we talked this year, fine-tuning what we had, which is hopefully that'll help some of our staff and students to, even grow in those areas. But hopefully, the more we don't throw those big changes, the better it is. Hopefully that working on some of those areas. But, sometimes you have to make those changes when it comes time to, you get to an adoption of a reading textbook or math textbook. And sometimes those years are challenging because then not only is it tough for the students, but the teachers also that have to start over from square one and learn some of those, the new curriculum in that math textbook or reading. But yeah, as far as the big changes this year, nothing major, just fine tuning what we have.
Good deal. I like that. We've got just about a minute left here. iPad use, so the kids using the iPads?
Yeah, just actually this year we got brand new. It was our third 3-year rotation, so the students all got new iPads and teachers, and just getting those out. We have a few here and there yet with new kids coming in, getting their new ones, and but the kids just got those beginning of this week, so they're getting them in their hands and making sure we get all the tech fees paid and kids signing off on those iPad contract use, proper usage of the contracts, I should say, with the iPads. So they're excited to get them in their hands, of course, and figure out all the new things to do on them because they're new iPads. So, but we appreciate our district and our Board of Education, Mr. Bierman, of having that plan every 3 years of rotating. I bet I was impressed day one when I came out here to Goodland, 8 years ago, and how they keep us up to date, cutting edge with technology. And they continue to do a great job of that. So hats off to USD 352.
You have to stay on top of it because that's where it is.
Absolutely.
It's where it is, man.
Yeah, and you know what? And they do, and they do a great job, and the kids, and I appreciate that, and our teachers do as well.
Indeed. Well, thanks for being with us, Emmett Rudolph, North Elementary School Principal. Good luck, kids. Good luck to you and your staff, and especially our new teachers, not only in North, but West in the junior and senior high school, and all our schools in the listening community. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And that is our Goodland Regional Medical Center School Spotlight for today on Rockingham Radio Network. This is KLOE Goodland.